Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's go. So when we left off week before last, Mia found out that Gordon had picked the kids up from the nanny where she took them, and he took the kids to another nanny. He dropped them off and he went somewhere else. Now Mia is here in the bathroom having a panic attack instead of getting in a cab and going to the airport to find her kids. But they found the children, and the children are with an older nanny, somebody that Mia does trust. So now she feels a little bit better. But at this point, she hadn't talked to that particular nanny. Gordon won't answer the phone, and I don't think the nanny will. But Jacqueline got in touch with somebody who confirmed that the kids was with her. So even though she hasn't spoken to her children at this point, or the nanny, that's wild, but she feels better. Y'all, I don't know how y'all feel about Stacy, but I love Stacy. I think Stacy is exactly what this show needs. I think every show needs a Stacy. She has a little delusion. She has a little green. She comes with like some analytical stuff every once in a while. And she just looks at life totally different. Like she's having fun. And you can't help but to have fun with her, right? So she goes to Kay's room because they shared a room on another trip. And Kay told her, no, you got to go back to your other room. I like them together. And you know what? I didn't miss Jessie until this moment. She is not even on this trip. Where is she? So the ladies have got on the bus, and there's a couple of conversations that we need to talk about. So the first is Kay and Greg, right? She said she met Greg a month after he got divorced, and she was now a new salon owner. She said they kind of butted heads about a lot of stuff. But in the second year, like they're moving in together and things like that. Now, she seems to really be into Greg. I think Greg may be into her. I think his whole disposition is nonchalant. So that just may be who he is. But I feel like Kay should keep looking and find someone to get in a groove with instead of getting in Greg's groove. I hope that makes sense. Then we started talking about Karen and Ray, like sexcapades. That was gross, because nobody wants to think about Uncle Ben doing things like that. And Karen, you need to stop, right? Just stop. Let's keep going. I don't like Jacqueline on this show. I do not like Jacqueline because, first of all, I don't feel like she's a good friend. Did Mia, are they telling her to do this stuff for the show? Because Jacqueline talks way too much. And then she's talking to Ashley about Mia's kids being moved by Gordon and dropping them off, and he's somewhere else. Why would you tell her that? And Mia always says, I wish Jacqueline would be quiet, but she won't stop. Child, I am with Ashley 100%. And Ashley is not at the top of my list, but right here, she and I are eye to eye on this one. I would be a wreck if I didn't know where my children were. She was like, she wouldn't even be able to function and be on the first thing smoking. Absolutely. And this right here has given me and Ashley stress. Because how you in the back of this truck looking like everything is okay, and you really don't know where your kids are. But I want to say she's talked to them at this point. So right here, when the girls are talking, Mia lets everybody know that she has talked to the kids, and they're swimming and fishing, so they're good, right? And then Ashley lets her know that she woke up feeling a certain kind of way because she kind of doubled down on what she said to Giselle about her girls, you know, being caught on tape, stinking boys in the house. I don't know why Ashley's still feeling like that. And Mia quickly let her know, said, look, child, I don't care. Like, I don't have the capacity to deal with your feelings, Giselle's feelings, and anybody else's at this point. And then Ashley's like, well, I don't know how to show up for you. She was like, don't. And even though Mia needs to be on a plane, I feel her. Girl, I got a lot going on. Not only, I mean, my kids are good, but I got a husband and a boyfriend. Child, I can't deal with you and your feelings right now. So then Ashley leaves, child. I love Stacy for this show, right? She's been very sympathetic to Mia. She's like, oh my God, Gordon is making this so hard for you. You can't even enjoy yourself on your trip. You know, so she's like understanding. And when Kay comes back in from checking on Ashley, she was like, we can just table this. We can talk about this later. I absolutely love Stacy. I think she's great for the group. She may have a small allegiance to Karen, but for the most part, she's with all the girls. real quick. I am very proud of Ashley. She's looking very demure, very adult, not so much baby doll clothes. Like, I love this little pearl situation she has on. I love her red hair, and it just helps with her talking in confessionals. She's doing good. She and Giselle. So, child, they have made it to the rum tasting, right? Jacqueline asked Karen if she's going to drink because she's not going to be driving. Karen called her the B word, right? But what I found to be real crazy is Karen was like, I'm not drinking around these girls, because they like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you and your sobriety. Karen said, who said I was sobriety? So Karen's still drinking, hence what we saw on them body cams. Let's keep going. So the girls are rum tasting, they're eating, and then they're impersonating one another, right? So then it comes to the point where Jacqueline is talking again about who she slept with Mia, who she hasn't slept with. Was it Ink? Mia clears it up and says, no, it wasn't Ink. And Mia says that she wished Jacqueline would just shut her mouth. I don't know why Jacqueline is here. Like, where is Jassy? She could be in her place, because Jacqueline does way too much for me. Like, too much. Child, so they done got to talking about, in relationships, when you take a trip, you get, when you travel with somebody, you get to really know them. Child, Giselle said she went to, where she said, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica with somebody, Bahamas or somewhere. Puerto Rico. She said she went to Puerto Rico with somebody. And the guy left her in Puerto Rico. Left her in Puerto Rico, and he left and came back to Potomac. She said she told him to make sure he pays the bill and be out. But then Giselle said he's still calling her. And she was like, that's another time and another story. Child, so Wendy told them they had to go into the rum place and change clothes because they were on their way to dinner. So this is them on the bus after they've changed clothes. So Mia is on the phone with Ink, talking about, when I land in Potomac, I just need to get on the plane and come to Atlanta. Now, we have seen you crying and going on with the displacement of your children, and then eventually if you found out where they were, maybe we think that maybe you wouldn't worry about being with a man until you can get home to your kids. That's what the ladies are thinking, right? And Stacy is over here talking to TJ. He told her she was really pretty. She told TJ she loved him and hung up the phone. She was like, I'm in so much trouble. But Mia is crazy. All the ladies were saying, girl, go home to your kids. But then Mia said, you know what? My oldest son lives in Atlanta. So, yes, he lives in Atlanta. So I would be going to check on him. And when I check on him and I make sure he's sleeping, then I can go and ride Ink until the morning. So here's my beloved Stacy. She's bringing up the court case that Kay has with Sesame Street, aka Deborah. So it says here, Kiana Stewart suing Deborah Williams after Real Housewives of Potomac season 8 scuffle. And I thought Giselle was real insensitive with this. Giselle asked that girl, was this still going on? As Ashley looked on, because Deborah was Ashley's friend. And Kay said, yes, it's still going on. It's going on for me. And this is how I'm healing, right? And then she said, is it criminal or civil? She said, it's both. And then Giselle's like, you're not going to get any money from her. Kay said, I don't care. You can get it from her dog, cat, the air, wherever we can get it. She's going to have to pay me. Child, Giselle, mind your business. So at this point, everybody at the table knows that Gordon picked the kids up and dropped them off somewhere 4 hours away from where he was, right? But Mia has talked to them. They are doing great. They're in their jammies and everybody's good. But of course, Judgy Wudgy Giselle has a look on her face as Wendy is talking. So Wendy said, as your friend, I don't think that maybe he should be around the kids. I thought she was talking about Ink, but she was talking about Gordon. Mia said, I don't know what to tell you. I got a husband and a boyfriend and these kids, and my life is crazy, and what you want me to do? I feel a little sorry for Mia in this moment. Jacqueline is really taking up for her, saying that she's gone through a lot. Child, Wendy says she's put me through a lot. Karen says she brings it on herself, and Giselle is screaming, stop, stop, stop. Wendy said these 613 girls are a mess. Bye, y'all.